Hi. Hi everyone. Welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Eugene and I am a composer in London. And today I turned on the camera because I just wanted to have a little chit chat, closing this year 2025, talking about my favorite films and series and books and music and stuff like that, but also what happened in my life this year. Because for me personally, the end of the year is quite hard to take in because I feel like I haven't done anything. I feel like I haven't done enough. Like the goals that I set this year, beginning of this year, I didn't accomplish them, all of them, and I feel like I'm a loser and I feel like I wasted my time and stuff like that. So talking to the camera like this is quite therapeutic for me. If you want to join me, just grab a cup of tea and maybe also think about your year and your favorite films. So let's chit chat. By the way, I wrote everything what I have to say in this little diary. So before I start talking about my personal life, like what happened in my life this year, let's talk about best films and series. There are two different types of contents for me. First, the thing that is so shocking and inspiring me so much, like so cool, is like a mind-blowing kind of film and content. And the other one is the ones that I want to rewatch it again and again and again. It's just different vibe. There's no right or wrong or better or worse. It's just that's the type of contents that I like. And this year, sadly, I didn't get to go to a cinema that much, partly because my personal life was quite busy. My family came around because of my wedding, and yeah, my summer just was gone. And also I was preparing my album in springtime. So it's just like my mind was busy, but also physically busy. And then I moved to a different place. But anyway, it's so sad because I love going to cinema and we missed watching some good films like How to Train Your Dragon live action ones. We watched it eventually, but not at the cinema. So it's so sad. But the best film, if I have to choose, then it's Avatar, Fire and Ash. I am a huge fan of Avatar. Avatar music is just so inspires me every single time. And that universe, Avatar universe and Na'vi people, it's just like I want to be there. I want to be part of it. I can be part of it. I'm very tall. You cannot recall how many times I watched Avatar 1 because there were like 10 years gap, more than 10 years gap between first one and second one. So I at least watched 2 or 3 times per year. So yeah, you can see how much I love it. There are two top films that I love dearly. First is Harry Potter series, not Fantastic Beasts. I'm sorry, but I don't hate them, but yeah, Harry Potter series. Second one is Avatar. There are only 2 games that I completed entire life. Harry Potter game, Harry Potter Legacy. Is Harry Potter? No, Hogwarts Legacy. And Avatar, the recent one, Pandora something. I just love the universe. Their universe is just so cool. I want to rewatch it next year, like in January or something, with IMAX or 3D. Yeah, I really want to watch with the big screen to enjoy and appreciate all the cinematography and all the cool stuff. And the plot-wise, I prefer the third one over second one. First one is just hands down is the best. Fire and Ash had more interesting storyline and interesting characters and character developments and stuff like that. I don't really like analyze in my head whilst watching, but after watching it, I just like, this was really good. It was better than the second one. It just popped in my head, and then I'm like, why? It was because it was much more interesting plot. And I really liked the new character, Farang. I can feel her pain. I can relate to it because I am also quite religious. And the things that they're talking about is very humanized. Like, they don't believe in God or they believe in God. All of those little things in a different universe. So it was very interesting and in a way resonate with that topic as well. And just the cinematography and then affect. It's just so beautiful. It fulfills both of my styles. Like, it is just shocking, mind-blowing and everything, but also I would love to rewatch it again and again and again. So it fulfills both of my categories. And obviously other films like Wicked, obviously I loved it. It is very deep, Wicked, if you think about it. And the message is very strong, but it's not even entirely new message. It's like, it's about love and it's about friendship, the genuine love that everyone craves. And it's difficult to find it nowadays. I love the numbers, the songs. I love it. And there were two films that I enjoyed watching on Netflix. Both of them are a bit like art film. And the first one is Steve. I think it's Netflix original. I don't know. I'm not sure. There is Cillian Murphy in it. And it is about a reform school back in mid-90s. That film was inspired by a novel, Shy. I haven't read it, but I would love to read it. It was a really, really good reminder for me how much love the kids need, how much love the students need. Not only from their parents, but also from the teachers. Especially those kids were abused, some of them, or have some problems, like, family issues at home. Obviously, that's why they are going through those kind of mental health problems. Most of them were like late teens, 16 and 17s. And even though they look like almost grown-ups, they are still kids. And the teachers there, like staff members in that film, they are so nice. They literally genuinely love their students. And that was quite a big reminder for me, as a tutor. And you can realize in the film as well how rude they could be. But still, teachers, they believe in them and support them. And they know that how many ears they need to teach them. Teach the students, like, love yourself or trust in yourself, all of those little elements, the principle that you need to survive in this life. It was just really nice film to watch. The second film that I really enjoy watching is The Outrun. It is about an alcoholic person. She was trying to rehab. Basically, she quit drinking and then, it's a life. You can't just quit. You go through stuff and eventually you'll figure out how to stop and how to navigate your life because of the people around you. So those two films were, again, kind of reminded me how important it is to be a nice person to the people that you care about. Generally, it's just such a nice film to watch. That's enough reason, isn't it, to watch film in the end. And best series. I watched more series than films this year, like I said, because of my circumstances. There are one series that I cried at every single episode. It's a Korean series. It's called When Life Gives You Tangerines. Oh my god, I cried like a baby. I was sobbing out at some point. Every single episode. Not specifically about family, but it is about mom as a human. Like, she was a daughter, and then she was a woman, and then she was a student. All of those little stage at her life. It's just, again, reminded me of how much I care about my family and how much I miss them and what life my mom or my dad went through. It's a Korean series and I am Korean, so I could definitely relate to it. But I think you can also enjoy watching it even though you're not Korean. So that film was like hands down number one series that I enjoyed watching on Netflix. And Adolescence. Everyone. What the fuck? What the fuck? What happened? This is like a whole different word. But at the same time, as the episode goes by, they are not only mentioning about teens, like teens problem, but also they mentioning a bit of social problem, like monosphere, which has been going on in Korea too. So I was like, this is crazy. Like, it's not just like problems in England. It is entire world. I'm pretty sure every country has some sort of hates between men and women, or some kind of hates. And I remember when I was like in early 20s, that was a quite big thing. And that it was crazy to watch it in 2025 version of it. Back then, it was like college student, uni student kind of issue. But in this series, it is teens problem. And I remember the director, the co-director, said the reason why he made this film was he happened to watch a news in the paper saying a young boy killed a young girl. And then same day, he saw another news in a different country, like a young guy like killed a young girl, like stabbing to that. He said, like, what the hell is going on this earth? He was trying to say, like, we are all accountable in certain ways, which I do agree. And I do meet kids, like teenagers or even younger kids, in my daily life. I teach them, and it is just alarm. It was a big alarm for me. I have to really be careful what I say to them, and really be careful what I put out on the internet. Yeah, Adolescence was such a unique storytelling series. It was very intense, and I felt the emotions in both sides, which was weird. Like, I was defending that boy at some point, but then I was defending that psychologist. I was defending the police officer, or, you know, all of these different perspectives. I was like, that's true. Like, I was like, what is right? What do I have to do? It was almost like a questioning me, like, what's right or wrong? But anyway, I just enjoyed watching it. I would love to rewatch it again just to think about it more, about that topic. And obviously I enjoyed watching Wednesday and Stranger Things. And I can't wait to watch the part 2 of Stranger Things. I also watched Wayward. It reminded me of Korea a bit, like that obsessions about something. The main actress, Tony, she is just killing it. Oh my god, she's just gives me goosebumps every time. Like, I'm scared, but I am amazed at the same time. Brilliant. Okay, best book of the year, dun dun dun, is The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. It's not even published this year. I'm kind of like late on this party, but I'm glad I found it. You have to read it. No comments needed. You just need to read it if you're an artist. Even though you're not an artist, if you love music, if you love art, I think you should read it. It really tells you what it means to be an artist. And then he's saying everyone is an artist in their ways, because you're creating something. You are making a decision every day. And he's not only talking about that, but also he talks about like practical practices, not like do this every day, do this, that and that. What it was full of wisdom that he got from his experience. And there were quite a lot of things that I also realized through my little experience so far. And I was so glad that his experiences and my experience are matching. Like, I was so happy and I felt so relieved that, okay, I feel like I am on the right pathway. I'm on the right track. I don't want to be in a fast track. I don't want to be in a superstar kind of route. I just want to be in this pathway where I can be an artist, truly be myself, but also living this life fully. Not just like overwhelmed by the fact that I am an artist, like all of this pressure. It's almost like a Bible for artists. And it is also really easy to read as a bilingual person. English is my second language, so it is quite tricky for me to read like psychological books or philosophic books. But this one was good to read. Like, it wasn't too easy, but it was perfect. I remember I used to read 1 chapter per day. I wasn't trying to read or finish the book quickly because why? Why do I have to rush? I want to digest what I read fully every day and want to leave off of it. So a light of wisdom every day. Okay, move on to the best album of the year. I feel like I'm in a words. The best album of the year. Well, I couldn't really choose between these two. The first one is Ravel Complete Piano Works, I think, from Cho Songjin Cho in English. And the second one is Human Universe by Sumino Hayato. Both of them are classical albums, and this is the first year that I actually listened to a classical albums like this much, especially specific artists or composers like this. The first one, Cho Songjin Ravel Piano Complete Work. Is that the proper name? Let me just... Ravel, the Complete Solo Piano Works. This one. For me, like Debussy, Ravel, Eric Satie, and all of these French composers, I found them very inspiring as a composer, and it's really nice to listen to. But I don't really enjoy playing their pieces though, which is quite ironic. But I have all different styles. There are things that I love to play. There are things that I love to compose. There are styles that I love to listen to. Like, they are all different. But anyway, Ravel is one of those composers that I love listening to. It just sounds so nice. It's just like, it's piano, but it almost sounds like orchestra, or I don't know, like woodwind quartet or something like that. You can feel the different texture, and I love it. And it almost like he had his own little sample library in his head where he can use different effects using these kind of piano passage or that and this. I loved listening to, specifically played by Cho Songjin, because he's very delicate and sensitive and everything is, he's not rushing, lovely, and his piano is so warm. He doesn't do the extra touch, which I love, but still he has his styles in there, and I just adore this album. And Human Universe by Sumino Hayato is, I love this guy. Simply, I just love this guy. He's a Japanese pianist and composer. So he played some classical pieces in there, but also he put his own original pieces there. And I loved his pieces more than his classical pieces, because I am also a pianist. So I can hear that this piece is composed by a pianist. And there are not many composers out there who is also a pianist and a composer and making classical pieces. His pieces, you can hear all those difficult techniques, but also it's very strong what he wants to talk about in his music. And it inspired me so much. Not that I am as good as his pianist level. I can't. He's here, I'm like here. But I enjoyed his album so much. I think he's my top artist on Spotify. So that was my favorite film, books, series and album of this year. And if I move on to what happened to my life this year, just to recap. Again, like I said, I had our wedding in July, and it was self-wedding. So I was super busy mentally, physically, financially. Summer was gone. I couldn't really get out of that impactful event for like a month or two. Maybe because I needed a bit of time to regain my energy from it. I can see why people say wedding is a big event. It is a big event no matter what. Even though it was a small wedding, I enjoyed it, but it was hard. And before the wedding, my first piano solo album was out. Summer Piano. I'm really glad that I did release my piano solo album. I keep saying piano solo piano. Okay, solo piano album. I talked about this a bit more in details in other video. I think it's called I Faced My Fear or something like that. If you're curious, you can watch it. It was hell of a journey to release that because I doubted myself a lot and wasn't sure about myself. It was just, I felt like I was just naked in front of everybody and being judged. But I love that album dearly, and I'm really glad that a lot of people enjoyed it too. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who actually listened to my music, Summer Piano, this year. I really, really do appreciate it. And I want you to consume as much as you can. Like, suck the energy out of the album. Get the inspiration, or just listen to it when you read or when you write, when you're just doodling or rambling with, writing or with journaling, whatever. Just use it. It sounds a bit like narcissistic, but I enjoy listening to the album more than the first one. If I choose one track that I love the most, I mean, there's no point choosing it, but if I choose it, it's gonna be Yunsu. I think it's third track. I am not sure. No, it's actually second track, Yunsu. Yunsu is Korean word. It means, the little shiny sparkles on the water when the sunlight or moonlight shine. It's a reflex of the lights. It's called Yunsu in Korean. I'm so proud of myself that I let that go. Put out of the word, my child. Please survive out there. It was a really good year, but again, I still feel like I could have done something more. I can't help it. I got better at this, but I'm beating myself up quite hard. Yeah, I just do that. I should. I am relaxed a bit. I'm gonna be better at this. I am better at this now, but still, I was a little bit depressed a couple of days ago because I feel like I didn't create a lot of music, like as much as I wanted. But then I was like, girl, you literally released an album this year. Just because it was like 6 months ago, it doesn't mean that you didn't work hard. I worked so hard on that album, and I'm like, I forgot about it because it's finished. So I want to give a little bit of pat on my back. Well done. Good job. So for 2026, I do have some plans in terms of my creative music work. I am gonna release my third album probably around September, October time. It's not gonna be solo piano. It is gonna be literally the music that I love making and love to listen to. And obviously there is gonna be a piano involved because that's me. But also I decided to make contemplation music, like meditation music, and release it every month next year. So in total it's gonna be 12 singles for meditation music. It's purely because it's for me. I think ever since I hit late 20s, I felt this kind of anxious feeling. I never had it. I can tell you that I didn't really have it. I didn't have anxious or anxiety. Very blessed life. Very blessed. Still blessed. I didn't have that anxious or anxiety. But ever since I hit late 20s, it started to come up, and then it started to show in many different aspects of my life. Not just when I do music, like for example, when I go on plane or when I go somewhere to do stuff, I feel this anxious that I never have ever felt in my life before. And then I know that why is that coming. I know why. So I was like, okay, I think I need this praying time more than anything. I need to sit down and meditate and pray every day. Doesn't have to be long or doesn't have to be that serious, but I need these time to a bit calm down, off from everything. Yeah, just calming myself a bit down. So it is gonna be very different type of music than the music that I released so far. It is gonna be very calm and worship style kind of piano with pads in it. I'm gonna try to do 5 minutes each single, maybe longer. Depends on how I feel, because I am gonna write that music whilst I'm praying. So if you want to join me, feel free to join me. I am planning to upload it on YouTube to me playing that track if I can. And if I can't film me playing it, but still I'm gonna release a video with that music in it. So yeah, that's my big commitment that I'm gonna do next year. And I hope you also had a nice year. Don't beat yourself up like me. Don't do that. You did a really good job. And we are growing. We are learning. That's the most important thing. We are better every day. So let's try to focus on that. I hope you guys are also excited about my album projects next year. I hope you had a great time with your family this holiday time. And I will see you next year. Thanks for joining me today. It means a lot to me. And thanks for listening to my music this year. I appreciate it dearly. I love you so much. Bye. See you next year.